COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
So I think you can understand.
Oh, wow. That must have been a B-side.
727-579-1025 and 800-771-1025. That's messed up, man. So today's It's Okay, It's Not Okay is about a Punta Gorda story, which is interesting timing because, John, when we were on the Weeki Wachee River, we saw the dude that said, F Biden and F you if you voted for him, with the F words, out there.
Among other things, I think there were multiple signs that had the F word, and who am I to say, but if the location has any bearing on the significance of it, it's literally on the river where you've got families and children coming up all day long. So, I mean, it's not in an area where children wouldn't see it. It was in an area where most children would see it. And oddly enough, the dock was filled with children's toys.
Very wrong. Extremely wrong. And so up in New Jersey, there's a guy who had a sign that said F Biden. And the Supreme Court, it got all the way up there. They said, yes, you've got the First Amendment right to say F the president. And down at Punta Gorda, I guess there's something going on. And Susan's going to tell us about it. Now, we couldn't get the guy directly because his attorney said, you talk to the press, and I'm quitting as your attorney. So, Susan, you are unofficially speaking about this story, correct?
I am, and I have no contact with that attorney.
Good.
And they can't control me.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you're my kind of gal. So tell us about who it is and what happened and why in Punta Gorda they think they can circumvent the Constitution to the United States of America.
Well, it started after the
Yeah, that's why. I'm sorry. No,
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
If you really want to call it an election, am I right?
And they were putting big signs in their yards. Well, he went, and so then they set up an ordinance, and he decided this is the Andrew Bryant Sheets decided it was time for him to start demonstrating in town because they were invading our First Amendment right.
Okay.
So they created an ordinance that says no bad words on signs.
All right.
And so I call it the Silence Andrew Sheets Ordinance. But he's been all over Punta Gorda demonstrating. He went to a code court yesterday. It was not a judicial court. It was a quasi-judicial court. He was fined $1,000 for one incident and $1,500 for the other incident. There was another fellow on trial, too, for the same thing. I don't know anything about his case.
Okay.
After a while, he escalated to using bullhorns and having TV recordings running on the premises with only the bad words that were being said.
Oh.
In August, he's got 2 more cases coming up. He was demonstrating in front of one of the elementary schools, Sally Jones Elementary, when one of the Punta Gorda detectives came out, a big guy well over 6 feet, and started pushing him and damaging his sign.
Oh, no.
Which definitely he was violating his rights. That detective was present at the first hearing yesterday. I attended the first hearing, and they voted 3-2. It was their quasi-judicial group of, I can't think of what the name of the group was called. It was their code court.
Okay.
It was just
Code court.
People who have been opponent to it, right?
Gotcha.
Because he violated their ordinance by saying no words on his signs and yelling them on the bullhorn.
Oh.
So, and they've said that his bullhorn is illegal because he's exceeding the number of decibels.
Yeah.
But they don't have a decibel meter.
Oh.
They have no way of measuring it, and that's what he's told them. You can find his Facebook page, Andrew Bryant Sheets, and he records everything that happens. So he's got a record of what they're doing to him and how they're restricting people's freedom.
So
He's a
this,
freedom fighter.
yeah,
Sounds like it.
this is not just doing a little bit of research here. This isn't an isolated incident where just some guy had a sign and it went some sort of way. So this guy has been fighting the law for some period of time. I'm seeing now the headline, Charlotte County Sheriff write-in hopeful continues campaign despite being trespassed from city buildings.
Oh.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Yes,
This is
exactly.
from October 20th, 2020. So so he's been kind of riling everybody up for a minute.
Yeah, just a wee minute.
All right, and I respect that. I mean, I think a healthy democracy should encourage free speech from all points of view, no matter how extreme.
Well, go to his Facebook page and look at some of the videos.
Right.
Some people are
arrested.
happy with what he's doing. I believe in freedom. I don't believe in using that language. I have a young granddaughter with me a lot of the times, and I don't do that. But I sure do stand up for the rights of others to do it.
Yeah, and look, the beautiful thing about our country is that it's supposed to protect even or especially the speech that we find most offensive. I find the Ku Klux Klan to be loathsome and reprehensible, but they have the right to peacefully assemble and spew their filth because of the nature of our Constitution, right?
Right. Well, in the hearing yesterday, the attorney representing him said that, this is not, the F word is not even considered obscenity anymore. It's used like, F you all, and I don't like this effing food, and that
F
kind
my
of thing.
P real hard.
Casual.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you like that one.
Yeah. But anyway, just wanted to let you know he'll have another hearing coming up in August, but everybody can go to his Facebook page and see videos of what he's done, and they're not edited.
Wow, all right. Good. Thank you for warning me that. I was just about to play one.
Andrew Bryant Sheets on Facebook.
Have you been Have you been intimate with Mr. Sheets?
Whoa, John. This is not that kind of interview. You don't have to answer that. Oh, well, yeah.
I have my own husband. I'm a grandmother. I've got my own kids.
Okay, I apologize.
So let me ask you this.
But I believe in supporting freedom.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what I was going to ask you, is that as a grandma, obviously you're not crazy about seeing the F word out there in public where your grandkids can go. So what do you say when your grandkid goes, "Hey, Grammy, what does that mean, F Joe Biden right there?" How do you explain something like that? Because I don't know what the answer is.
I would explain that it's a word that's used by adults that isn't necessarily a pretty word or word that children would use, or ladies wouldn't use it. She's a girl.
Okay.
But that we have freedom in this country to say what we want to say.
Yeah.
And he's not out lying. He had a detective when he was demonstrating at Sally Jones Elementary School.
Yeah.
There was a giant detective who approached him and shoved him and his sign.
Yeah.
And he's filed a complaint against that Punta Gorda detective.
When you, John, I'm sorry, John had a question. Yes, John?
Well, I was just going to ask you, if your granddaughter asked you if Joe Biden won the election, what'd you tell her?
She didn't even know an election was going on. She didn't ask that.
Oh, all right.
I would tell her, yes, Joe Biden won.
Oh, all right.
That's how
you lied to her. Okay, good.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Finally, Susan, you've been excellent. Before we let you go, what is and please don't say the word, but what is your favorite form of the F word? If you do have to use it when your granddaughter is around, is it F-U, you effing F?
Whoa.
Is it back the F up for you get smacked the F up? Like, what is it? F around and find out?
F-U, you mother effer.
Thank you.
That's
a
a good
strong
one.
Very strong
That's
one.
a good one.
That's a right answer. 10 out of 10.
Hey, F off.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Susan. You're awesome. You represented the case very well, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you. And I listen to you all every afternoon.
Oh, so you knew what you were in for.
Yeah. So, okay, this wasn't like a hijack or anything. All right. Thank you, dear.
No.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Good. You're the best.
F yeah. 727-579-1025. So, is it okay or not okay for the city of Punta Gorda to pass an ordinance that bans you from flying the F word on a flag?
Man, I'm torn on this because right up front, I say it's not okay to ban it. But then if I'm just reading between the lines on this guy, he is egging people on so bad. And maybe that doesn't make it any worse by the letter of the law. But, I mean, he's literally out on a bullhorn screaming obscenities and flying flags with swear words on it just to piss people off and get them to push back on him.
He said, quote, this might be a different story. Richard Massey has spent the last 2 Mondays standing outside Punta Gorda City Hall holding a sign with the F word on it. He says it's his constitutional right, but the city ended up fining him $100 for his trouble. I'll be out front with my F. Biden flag all day until the cops show up, said Mr. Massey on a video that he recorded June 7th.
Maybe he's just a follower of Mr. Sheets. Because Sheets was also, the Sheets guy was running for sheriff.
Yeah. So does a local municipality have the right to determine that in their community they can infringe upon free speech? 727-579-1025 and 800-771-1025.
This isn't the guy with the kitties on his back, is it?
The who?
I have an Andrew Sheets with one mutual friend of yours, and it's a man laying on his tummy with little kitties on his back.
He doesn't strike me as a have a kitty on his back kind of guy, but you never know. Hey, Dennis, what's up? Welcome to Drew Garabo Live.
So it's not okay, but it's sad that we're even at this point as adults that can't. I went on a little vacation to a town right up north of us and went into the little souvenir shop, and right by the ice cream stand, just like John was saying on the river, was all the merch with the F. Biden stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like a line of 20 kids getting ice cream. So if we're it's not even cute anymore. Remember when we used to like interchange the B and the F and it was all cute? And now we're just straight up a society that wants to just throw it right in our face. Because
what do you mean interchange the B and the F?
When they used to say buck fight him and stuff like that.
I get what you're saying.
I thought you were saying like Buck Ofama.
Yeah, I guess we're past that already, and just like we're.
It's a bad song.
I like that.
Yeah.
And so
thanks.
And I would love to talk to that lady the second her granddaughter tells one of her teachers to go F themselves.
Yeah,
and
grandma's going to be in trouble.
Like, I just thought it was a word on the flag. Maybe they thought it was supporting Biden, and now they're telling their teacher to do the same thing.
Could be. Hey, thanks a lot for the call, man. Appreciate it. Sorry I can't find the...
It's okay. Dude, so this, it's hard to face just the topic at hand, because the more I look, the more I find about this guy. Man sues Punta Gorda, says city recording law is unconstitutional. A man is suing the city of Punta Gorda after officials gave him a trespass warning for recording employees in City Hall in 2018, that being our friend Andrew Sheets. So, this guy has literally been taunting the city for years upon years. And
he's a nudge.
He reminds me kind of your buddy from here in Pinellas.
Who's that?
What's his name? The YouTuber that you're friends with.
Oh, we're not friends.
What's his name?
I'm not.
Bilax.
Yeah. And I can't even find any suitable Buck Ofama music.
I'm sorry.
It's my fault. Hi, James. What's up? Welcome to Drew Garabo Live.
Hey, Drew. How you doing?
Very well.
I was just I had watched some of that hearing of the ordinance violation on Mr. Sheets.
Yeah.
And they was basically focused around their ordinance they passed to try and get rid of him. And there was a couple of little segments of it. One, if the word is obscene, and he was not cited under that.
Okay.
He was cited for it being indecent. And for it to be indecent by the definition of the code,
right,
it had to describe a sexual act. And so I watched Punta Gorda police officers get up there and testify that they actually thought that F. Biden was describing a sexual act and was used in a sexual connotation.
But it's not. That's a lie. You can say F that guy without going into a graphic description of effing that guy.
Exactly. But in order to have the police enforce that, what the Punta Gorda City Council did is they sent a memo to all the police officers with a list of each one of the words that they could then cite somebody for and charge them with this crime or violation.
Man, get out of here with that.
And F word was on the list, the C word was on the list, and a few others. And so basically they took away the discretion of these cops to read the sign and determine whether it was or was not identifying a sexual act. And they were basically trained and told that every time they saw the F word, it was automatically a sexual act and to start giving out tickets.
Man, this is Orwellian, dude. I don't like it at all. I might not like the fact that someone finds it suitable to fly that flag where there can be kids around and the disrespect shown to any president, but we absolutely have the First Amendment right to express ourselves in that way.
Well, he's an equal opportunity offender. The other side of his flag actually says F Trump.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
everybody.
not like he's for or against anyone. He's just for the free speech.
Oh, I wish
right.
somebody would have led with that.
Yeah,
Not that
that's
it makes a
interesting.
difference, but it definitely
Yeah.
shows you that he's trying to prove a much bigger point.
Yeah, there's a greater conversation at play here than just his political points. Well, thank you, man. I wonder if he had a sign that said Buck Ofama. You think he had a sign that said Buck Ofama? Am I the only one sick of this damn country? Yeah, glisten, son. F Biden, F him in the A. Here's what Buck Ofama's got to say today. Aaron Lewis, he ain't no zero. His politics is a goddamn here politics.
Oh, that was perfect. His politics. That's not bad, though.
It's not bad, but it's not.
It's not the one.
It's not the one. Way to mention Phylax's name, dude, because here he is right here. Way to go.
Hi, guys.
Speak of the devil and he will appear.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I'm just calling for the Hall & Oates tickets. Hey, I'm actually happy that you guys are talking about this situation in Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
After they did that, we went down there 10, 15 deep. We were all trespassed from public buildings for exercising our First Amendment right there. Yes, the city is doing this specifically to get after Andy Sheets and another guy out of there. His name was Ian McGuire, who actually went crazy and did commit some federal felonies. But in general, they're violating the First Amendment, bottom line.
They are. And you know what? We might have our disagreements about this and that and these and those, but we absolutely need to stand up for the right to express yourself unpopularly, you will, when it comes to criticizing our public officials, whether that's Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, or that pedophile Matt Gaetz.
True. Okay. Thanks for having me, man.
Always a pleasure, John. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the time very much. You know, you didn't see this kind of division. Well, I don't know. You probably did when our parents were growing up.
Yeah, I often wonder about that. Now, because if you could boil it down to the true division and you take the media and social media out of it, because I don't think you can compare those times based on the truth that how much of the fighting is being done on the media and on social media.
Right.
I mean, 70%. I mean, so if you take that away, but just when you boil it down to the truest division, if it's similar to that of years past.
I think it all got started